Hi, I'm Angela Walters with quiltingismytherapy.com, and I'm here today with a machine quilting tutorial for a design that I call the peapod design. This design takes classic pebbles and combines them with a fun, funky kind of pod shaped design for an all-over design that has such cool texture to it. Now, this is actually in my latest book, Shape by Shape Quilting, but in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do it. So, without further ado, let's get to quilting. So to start doing the peapods design, you're going to start by quilting your pebbles. And here I'm just quilting circles, trying to keep them fairly the same size. Now to quilt your pod, you're going to quilt a gentle S shape that goes out to a point, something like this. And then you're going to echo back to your starting point. Now once you have the center done, you're going to echo around the outside, but you still want those points to touch at the top and the bottom. And then you're going to start by filling in the space in between. Now here I'm opting for an arc shape to fill in that space, and I like the texture that it adds. And you're going to come out the other end. And so this is kind of what it's going to look like roughly. Now once you finish your pod, you're going to fill in around with your pebbles. And the pebbles really are just working as a filler to help make sure that there's no gaps in between your pods, and also to help you move your way around the quilt. So the only thing that's a little tricky about this design is that you're quilting those pods, but then you have to come back and fill in around them. So make sure that you're filling in all the areas and you don't get any holes in your quilting. And when you have space, you'll just go ahead and throw in your next pod, which is what I'm doing here. You're going to echo around and fill in between. And again, with the arc points. And I just love the texture that this has. But here in just a second, I'll show you a fun variation that uses a different filler in between. And filling in the pebbles. Now if you're struggling with your pebbles, let me tell you that using a blending thread color will help a lot. It hides a lot of sins, I always say. And filling in the space that way. Now if I were actually doing this on a quilt, I would fill it in all the way, but since I don't want to make you watch the video for too long, I'll just show you a little bit of it as a filler. Now here's another pod that I'm going to quilt and echo on the outside. If you don't like that kind of arc shape as a filler, you could just quilt a straight line through it like that, and it gives it just a little bit of a different look. It's a little bit quicker too. And then it brings you out the other side, and then you can use those pebbles to really fill in the space. So this is the basic peapod design. Now in our next video, I'm going to show you some fun variations of this design that will help you quilt it a little quicker. Now for more machine quilting tips and pictures, please visit my website, quiltingismytherapy.com.